What's up, beautiful people? It's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video from Pink Book Lessons, and it's entitled Feminists Mad at Ken's Oscar nomination over Barbie. Woo! I love this. Don't you love it? Yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. Let's check it out.
All right, if that's got you upset, this is going to get you more upset, okay? When it comes to Barbie, Ken was nominated, but Barbie wasn't. Yep. Margot Robbie was not nominated for her acting. And get this, Greta Gerwig, who dreamed up the whole story about a plastic doll, made this beautiful original film that made $1 billion at the box office, was snubbed for directing. Yep.
In case you haven't heard, the feminists are seething right now.
I mean, just going back to the, I got to go back to the Barbie thing, because it's still like it upset me this morning.
Yeah.
It was.
No,
it had me going.
Everybody,
it had me going.
We're getting angry, Natalie, today. Heads up.
The Oscar nominations are out, and their beloved movie Barbie, filled with a bunch of feminist baby bop bimbo babble, received 8 nominations. Yet they're still unhappy and crying because Margot Robbie, the lead actress in the movie, did not get nominated for her role, and the director of this feminist film, Greta Gerwig, she did not get a nomination for Best Director. I guess the movie receiving 8 nominations wasn't enough, and technically the same 2 women they're crying about, they were nominated, just not for Best Director and Best Actress. Greta got a nomination for Best Adapt Screenplay, and Margot Robbie, who not only played the main character, but she was an active executive producer, she still received a nomination when the movie was nominated for Best Picture. And then you have America Ferrera, who was nominated for her role in the movie in the Best Supporting Actress category. But what's really adding to their anger is actor Ryan Gosling being nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his role as Ken in the movie.
And it's just like, also, did they miss the whole moral of the story of Barbie? Yeah. Like, of course, we celebrate just Ken, not the woman who's the lead in it and the icon in it.
Oh.
But actually, I'm stealing this from Brian. I think this could give Greta an idea for a sequel. Barbie goes to Hollywood and then is snubbed by the elites who choose Ken over her. So just throwing that out there for an idea.
All of it is a bunch of nonsense, and despite the movie making over $1 billion at the box office, I'm gonna tell you why they're lucky to have the 8 nominations they do have, because if it were up to me, they wouldn't have any. The movie was trash, and I'll tell you why. But first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates.
I don't think I've seen you.
You
dug so deep. You tapped into that
made me
frustration.
upset. Like, you know, it made me upset because they've said in the 96 years of the Academy's history, only 3 women have won in the Best Director category. And that says a lot right there. I mean, that tells you everything. It's a man's world. And, you know, as much as women changed the game this summer, there was only 1 woman nominated in the directing category. And especially when you talk about the extraordinary box office numbers too. It's like, $1 billion.
Maybe she should have done $1 trillion. I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it's like,
first off, the $1 billion box office, it doesn't mean that it was a good movie. It means they did a really good job getting women and girls on board to support this movie with this feminist programming.
Exactly.
Besides, there's been a lot of $1 billion films that did not win an Oscar for Best Director. But when she was like, oh my God, it's been almost 100 years, you only had 3 women who won the award, cry me a river. Do you know how many black people won that award, Best Director, in 100 years? 0. So at least you have 3, and the white men you're complaining about, they have the rest of them. But whoop-de-doo, who cares? And even now you have 1 woman that was nominated. So what's the real issue? Is it that women aren't getting nominated? Or is it the woman that you wanted to get nominated did not get nominated?
Like America Ferrera says so eloquently, her character says, it is literally impossible to be a woman. Like we always have to be extraordinary, but somehow we're always doing it wrong.
Oh my goodness, these women and this their talk, they just don't cease to amaze me. Oh, Jesus Christ. It seems like these modern day feminists, they don't have any other better thing to do than to always cry and rant about how it's always a man's world, is the man's this, is the man doing this. The women are always not getting seen. The women, what do you want, for Christ's sake? What do you want? They created a movie, Barbie, and the Barbie movie that was talking about promoting feminists, promoting women. Oh, everything was womenicized, or women whatnot, and feminicized. But of course, they still are not satisfied. Did everybody that go to see the movie enjoy it or love it? Some people only go to see it or went to see it just because it was popular or it was trending. Some people did not enjoy it, they don't like it. I, for one, did not even go see it because I'm not going to waste my time to see such movie. Nah, not me. But others saw it, not everybody loved it. But again, they were still not satisfied. They got nomination. No, it's always the man's world. Is it they just don't get tired? Oh jeez. But of course, it's a good thing that the man got nominated, because of course it's because the man Ken also got nominated. That's why they are angry. They are not angry for anything, no, but because the movie itself is showing a spotlight or shining a spotlight on Ken also. That's why they are angry. Nothing else. They just don't cease to amaze me. But yeah, let's go on.
Always doing it wrong. Always stand out and always be grateful, but never forget that the system is rigged. So find a way to acknowledge that, but again, always be grateful.
What's really annoying is her trying to be a victim so bad. And not only that, but she's using emotions to get the women on stage with her and in the audience to support her whining. Lady, the movie got 8 nominations and she's whining because they didn't get 2 categories.
This film made history. Like, Greta Gerwig made history as a woman, as a female director, making over $1 billion on this movie. Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. Like, the more, you know, yesterday after the show, you know, a lot of things were coming out, like Ryan's statement and everything. And as the day went on, I was getting mad. Like, I was getting mad about it. Like, it's such a snub.
Yeah, that was the goal, for the feminists to talk about this on social media, on Daytime Talk, and get you upset over nothing.
So maybe first somebody need to explain us the process, and then they need to change the process. As more women and more diversity gets into the movie making business and be successful, you need to change the system.
It is, and that's the problem. Is the system is broken. The system is rigged, as we said in America Ferrera's, you know, great monologue that she delivers in that movie. And it's rigged because here is why. And we saw this with Oscars So White. Remember back in 2015? And they thought, well, let's change it up. Let's bring some diversity. Okay, but they did not think, like in the directors, it's directors nominating directors. So it's the peers that are nominating your peers. It's a smaller category. And typically the directors tend to lean more male and older. So that tells you everything. They're thinking this movie's a movie about a plastic doll. There's no message. The message of the movie is so far deeper. You know, I know people who, and I've seen comments, people who got up and walked out. They didn't get it. And I'm like, well, because you didn't stick around and try to listen and get to the message of it. It's not a feminist movie.
Oh, yes, it is a feminist movie. You know it's a feminist movie. And all this complaining about the system in Hollywood, this is a private industry. If you did not build it, you will not control it. It's like somebody coming over to your house telling you to change your window treatments or move this and that. You don't get to go in somebody else's house and call the shots. You go do that at your own house. The problem is you don't have your own house. So what do you have to do? Build it.
It's a movie about...
Did she just say it's not a feminist movie? The system is rigged. It's always women fight for equality. They don't have fight anymore. They don't have anything to fight. This modern day feminist crazy mindset, fight for equality. We don't see them fight for equality in other areas. It's only the ones that don't consign them that they want to fight for equality. The movie is not about feminists. It's about who? Because in the movie it was just nonsense with pink everywhere. Nonsense. Say people went to see the movie, they left because they not get what is there in the message is just nonsense, waste of hours, waste of people. Yes, the movie made $1 billion, and so yes, a nonsense movie can make so much money. But of course, people got the message and people were not interested because people don't live in that fantasy world, in that crazy, stupid world, delusional world that this modern day feminists they want to create in their head. They thought in the movie, what happens in the movie is real life. No, real life is different. She wants to control. They want to control everything is rigged. Nothing is rigged. No system is rigged. I bet you, most of the people that went to see the movie did not enjoy it. They didn't like it. And now they're out here ranting the movie is rigged, the system is rigged, we have to promote women, diversity. What crazy nonsense talk is that? This modern day feminists, they should just go and sit down and look for something else to do instead of coming here to rant on this thing. She said the movie is not feminist. It's not feminist. Who? It's feminized. Everything in the movie feminized, if that is even an English word, or what safe. Well, these people, they should just sit down and think of something else. Of course, they don't even think, because all their mind is just to compare themselves with men, measure up with men, everything, equality. Let them continue whining and crying. Let's continue.
It's a movie about humanity, and that everybody has a role in society, and what we play and how we participate. You know, Ken is not enough. Like, nobody wants just a Mojo Dojo Casa. I mean, how fun would that be? Do you want a Mojo Dojo Casa?
That's right. That's right.
Is that Ken's?
That's
is that
Ken's house.
The
The Kens live in the Mojo Dojo Casas.
Oh, that's in the movie.
Yes.
The Mojo Dojo Casa.
He's somebody who didn't
Sorry.
read it.
What's going on? We're talking about like the jambalaya, like what happens after jambalaya. I sort of zoned out for a second, and then I look at Natalie, and Natalie's yelling, Mojo Dojo Casa! Mojo Dojo Casa!
Right, you don't get it.
I don't even.
But you know what? But
To be honest, I don't even know where I am right now.
But
You know, it's Ken.
Right,
Ken
but
living in his
he's Ken on
cowboy
the show.
world. With
Right.
his medallion.
You are the Ken of this show,
Yes.
right? But here's to your point, though, Natalie. I think when you have a situation, not that the other movies and the other directors aren't good at what they do. We just want to be acknowledged and compete for what we do.
Jesus.
And the votes have to go sometimes.
But it's like what I think, Akbar, you made a good point. It's like if this movie made history.
yeah.
Right.
It will, who knows if this groundbreaking history will be made again by a female director.
Oh,
and
geez.
you're not recognizing that director. You're not recognizing the team. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
That's a good
we
point.
said that.
And feminists are the biggest liars. They say lies over and over again, and somehow that's supposed to make it true. Greta did get recognized, and the crew got recognized. Best adapted screenplay, best picture, costume design, production design, to name a few. They got 8 nominations. What do you mean they didn't get recognized?
Yes, or the irony is that it's the exact plot of the movie. You know, it's a patriarchal society. Men making the.
And what you said about the Barbenheimer, though, that it wouldn't have gotten as much, but maybe all them dudes that's voting was alive when the Oppenheimer thing happened, and they voted for what they recognized. Am I right? They all old dudes.
True. Maybe they should re-release it and hope that, you know, in re-releasing the movie, everybody goes to see it again and they make $2 billion.
Exactly. No. Well, listen, this is going to be continued, and we'll have to see how it goes from here. But I would love to see some love on that Oscar night.
That's right.
For Barbie.
That would be cool.
It'd be some good payback, and I hope all the men acknowledge the role that they're. By the way, two other female directors who made incredible movies, Past Lives, Celine Song, and also Justine Triet, Anatomy of a Fall. Justine was nominated. She was the only female director nominated this year for her movies. So it tells you a lot.
Congratulations to
Very
her.
disingenuous. She's saying 2 other women outside of Greta also didn't get nominated for Best Director, as if only 2 other women directed films. Again, those are 2 other women that she wouldn't mind supporting. So I'm assuming all the women she said made these great movies, all of them somehow should have been nominated to appease this woman, or maybe the feminists will like them to split it up somehow. Only 5 nominees are in the category anyway. It really all boils down to competition. And people like her don't want to compete. She's wanting everything to be based on gender. Did it ever occur to her that Margot did not get nominated for Best Actress because she was in a highly competitive category with other actresses? And the reason why I say Barbie was trash is because of the message in the movie. The message that all the men are idiots, the women are superior. These feminists programmed another 3 generations of women with this movie. And people thought it was cute and innocent because of the bright colors, but it wasn't. This movie is very destructive.
Exactly.
The crazy part is these feminists, they championed an anti-male movie, and now they want the men in control to validate and reward them with accolades. It's like they want to take over every industry in this country and be in charge, but they don't want to build nothing. So all of this crying, I'm over it. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below. Shout out to Earl. I appreciate you, Earl, for all of your support, as well as Mike Gaskins. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.
You see this feminist mindset and all the nonsense talk just don't make sense. The movie, they said the movie was sending a message. Yes, the message the movie was sending was that give the world to women to run, and you are going to see how it's going to be like children game. Because what was the message in the movie? Nonsense. Say compete, they did not women is patriot. What kind of talk is that one? The more I listen to these women, the more I'm like, how did we get here? Like, what is even their problem? So they think because the movie made money or made that amount of money, therefore they should be nominated, they should be given a special category as per our feminist global award for producing the best feminist movie. Maybe they still think they're still acting the movie because they are seated in the Barbie fantasy world. So to them, they are still in the movie, so the movie has to be nominated. Well, this is real life, and welcome to reality. It's not all that it seems. So the movie was promoting a certain agenda that the women wants to take over the world, while the men are presented to be weak and all of that, and the women are dominating the men. And then you still want in the real world, you want men to support your movie. You want men, these same men, to give the award to you as per feminists have arrived. No, it's not like that. Simple, work for it. But of course, they don't want to work for nothing. They just want to sit and enjoy and compete. I've said it before. When this feminist mindset, rotten mindset, when they say they want their fighting for equality, is to compete with men. They even say compete with men. Competition. Nothing do they even want. They don't want to work for nothing. It's just what the men have worked for, what the men do. They want to compete. They want to bring if it was a man that made that movie or made a movie like that, I'm talking about how men are dominating over women, then you see all of them come out to rant about how the movie should not be nominated or should not get nominated in the first place. But they got 8 freaking nominations from the nonsense movie with pink everywhere. They got 8 nominations. They still aren't satisfied. They want all nomination in every category. From where? Is that how they do it? Or this Oscar is a special one, or is a different Oscar? Because I don't understand. These women, these feminists are never satisfied, and their mindset is tiring at this point. But I'm sure tons of people have got a different opinion regarding this, and I really love your honest contribution to this. You can share other useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.